Friendship is a voluntary mutual relationship built on trust, care, and shared connection. It's not just about spending time together, it's about choosing each other consistently. Unlike family, which you're born into, or colleagues, which are situational, friendship exists because both people see value in the relationship and choose to invest in it emotionally. Friendship is one of the few relationships we choose for ourselves. Yet, even in something so voluntary, we still encounter hidden resentment, silent competition, and even envy. Things that, if left unaddressed, can slowly turn connection into animosity. Welcome to Women Building Women, the podcast with the intent of driving out animosity amongst women. I'm your host, Samantha Letedi, and this episode is titled Adult Friendships, Friends or Frenemies. With an episode on friendships, it only makes sense that my guests will be my friends. And as I introduce them, I am going to tell you briefly how I met them. Well, maybe it's not going to be brief, but oh well. Thapsy, well, Mmmathapelo Banda, but I call her Thapsy. I met Thapsy, girl. I actually met Thapsy and Kopano on the same day at the same place. Yeah. It was Women's Day. It was a women's empowering or networking event. And I remember when I first met, I think I'll start with Thapsy. When I first met Thapsy, I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, who's this bubbly girl? Like, I just really loved her aura, her vibe, her energy, and exactly the same with Kopano as well. It was like a double gift in one day, like double blessings, guys. But anyways, so cool, we had a chat, and then the same day, I think later on in the day, I actually went through my phone, by the way, to check timelines while planning for this episode. The first day, that very day, she sent me a message and was like, it was so lovely meeting you. We should do coffee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure meeting you too. Definitely. This was like, I think it was a Friday or Saturday. And then on the Wednesday, she sends me a list with restaurant options. I'm like, this is a girl with a plan. This is one intentional, ma'am.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, we chose a place. And Saturday, we went for our lunch date. Hey, don't trust her restaurant choices though. But you know what? We hopped around and we made a day out of it. And it felt like I knew her forever. With Kopano, on the same day and we were both guest speakers at the event. After the event, she's like, girl, what are you doing for the rest of the day? I'm like, I don't have plans. You want to go out? She's like, yeah, let's go. Imagine day one of meeting her. We left together. I think we went to my place first, you changed, and then we went to your place, you changed, and
boom, it was a whole night. Like, if anything, that's our friendship for real. Going out for eating, brunching, dancing, catching up.
I love a spontaneous day.
Oh my gosh, like, you guys, like your energy, you two, actually the three of you guys, like, also energy is obviously what draws me in when it comes to people. So. And then with Nons, I met Nons, I think it was 2 months into my sobriety. And we were at a wine tasting event because a mutual friend of ours, her brother had it was like a marketing launch of wine. And I was like, I had RSVP'd, I think, about like weeks or months ago, I think. So I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna go. Like, even though I'm sober, it's fine. Get there, I'm sipping on my water while people are tasting their wine. And I don't know how I get to meet Nonsi, but obviously mutual friends, you know. And I remember she told me her name, her other name is Bridget, and I'm like, oh, Bridgerton or whatever. Like, I was just like...
That's so random.
You were oversharing.
But no, she was oversharing.
I was.
Let me tell you something.
I was about to get there, okay.
She will open that book.
Yeah, no, she will.
Oh my gosh, but I don't know. The thing is, I feel like I overshare a lot when I meet people and I'm a bit tipsy. Whereas on that day, and that's why I'm highlighting the sobriety, because I was so sober. But out of everyone that I met there, I was so comfortable sharing with Nons.
Yeah.
Like, even though I just met her, and that said a lot to me. And I remember while afterwards, I don't know when it was exactly, and she said to me she actually prayed for friends who are like orphans because she wanted somebody who understands.
Wow.
Right? I'm an awesome
Okay,
prayer.
that's deep for 5 minutes into the session. Like we're 5 minutes into the session.
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh. But yeah, welcome ladies. I love you so much.
We love you down.
And I just want to highlight a few things before I dive into the questions. So throughout our friendship, you guys have all demonstrated these qualities. And I have listed them here.
Yeah.
Affirmation
pressure's
time.
Affirmation.
So the first one, reciprocity. Like you guys really make an effort. I think in the past I've had friendships where it's been really one-sided. Like I'm giving in, I'm always checking in, I'm making plans. I'm the one who's like, okay, what are we doing next, etc. But with you guys, I really appreciate that you give in the same effort. So thank you. Trustworthiness is the second one, and this is a very deep one because of my oversharing nature. I know that you guys know very sensitive information about me, and the fact that I feel safe to share it with you means I trust you because I know you're not gonna turn around and speak to somebody else or Samantha said this and this. She told me this and this and this. And I also don't have that fear that if one day, God forbid, our friendship ends, I don't have the fear that you're gonna start telling people my business just because we no longer
It's all about the
friends.
character.
That's a quality.
That's character.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the next one is honesty with care. And I always give Kopano props for this one. Like, Kopano will tell you your business. Will tell you your business. But she does it with so much love, Clay. Like so much love where you're like, yeah. And you like, okay.
Banda, you are a mother.
Like, Nonts did the same recently, actually.
Yeah.
She was on some, just to be short, like, get your life, ma'am. Like, you're down, you fall, and you keep getting up, Sam, but right now you've been down way too long.
Absolutely. Time to get up.
Get the up, you know? And I really loved that. And she said something to me which didn't sit well with her and also didn't really sit well with me. But I take time to process things. So I still go home and I think about it. And before I could finish processing and bring it up, she messaged me and she said, you know what? I said this and this, but I actually didn't mean it that way. And I apologize.
You know what? That's love right there.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Love.
I almost cried when I listened to that
Exactly.
BN. Okay. And then accountability. When you're wrong, you're admitted, which is the exact example that I just gave. And again, also vice versa. I love that when I am wrong, you guys tell me, and then I get to do that self-introspection and, you know, come back and apologize. And then support without competition. I feel like I don't even need to elaborate on that one.
That one is just
It's
clear,
self-explained. So those and many other qualities, but these are the ones that stand out for me, and I'm really, really grateful
Thank you,
to you
girl.
guys.
That's very sweet.
I think it's very reaffirming. I don't know if it's just for me, but maybe for each of us to know that we are somewhat the women we've always wanted to be in friendships. Because I think each of us, for us to become that for you, there was a point where we were in a friendship and it was not reciprocated.
Yes, absolutely.
And so you go, I'm going to be the person I want to have.
Yes.
You know, the friend that I want to be in my
yeah.
life, I'm going to be that person for the next person so that even if things don't work out the way you would like, you don't see fault with yourself. You can at least go, you know what, I loved you. You know? And I feel like this is very reaffirming the qualities you stated. I feel very touched. To know that you love me like that.
Okay, so on the note of qualities then, what are some of the qualities that your close friends possess that you really value? And what do you think has helped your friendship to remain strong over the years?
I think I'll take this one. I think support, man. It's such a it's a loaded one, right? Because support, it varies. It depends on who the person is. It's also what they deem as supportive. But as of late, especially in my late 20s, when I look at my friends, man, guys, I'm so blessed. It's rich with love and support. I think the biggest thing for me, that biggest quality, support, respect. not being judgmental, just allowing us to share freely. So creating a place of comfort. And also not taking yourself so seriously. I love it so much. Like, guys, life is so serious already.
You need to relax.
When you can shake it with your girl.
Girl.
When it's a good time.
When it's a good time, guys.
I want an earthquake with the girls.
And one thing, Sam and I will have a good time. And that is what I love. You know? But at the same time, we also can have deep chats. Like, we have different spaces. So I think those, for me, support, respect, the love, and also just like allowing ourselves to not be so serious sometimes, because we need that space with your girlfriends, you know.
Silly.
So for me, those are really important to me.
I like that.
Oh, for me, there's so many qualities.
Yeah,
but
there's
I think the top two for me is respect. Respect for me is a very big thing. Hey, like I don't, especially when it comes to the way people speak to you and the way kind of like they receive you. If you don't have respect for me, I'm like, it's okay. Like, you do you, boo-boo. So there's a lot of respect, especially even in the things that you go through. Let's say you don't agree with a decision I made. You don't like jump in to be like, you know what, I'm not going to support you because you're making the wrong decision. Like, there's just that respect. You're an adult, you know, make the decision, but I will be here.
To support you.
I'll be here if there's any fallout. Not that I'm praying for one, but I'll be here, right?
Very important.
Very important. And then number two, protectiveness. I'm a very protective person. Once I love people, and it takes a hot minute for me to get there. Hey, I need to get to know you, But as soon as you're in my heart, listen, hell will break loose.
And it makes me want to fight.
And for me, it's not even like physical fights, right?
Yeah.
You know? But like, I will stand in front of fire for my people. Because I just don't feel like you should be alone and fight your battles like you a lone island, right? So my friends are very protective. I've been through some shit, and excuse me, but the way that they've protected me and had my heart in that time, for me, just it makes a significant difference in comparison to all the relationships in my life.
I like that.
I love that too.
Guys,
I love that too.
I feel the same.
Right?
Son, I feel this. I want to respect. If there's one way to cross me, Thapsy, Mmmathapelo, disrespect me, I swear, you'll see a side you didn't even know existed. So for me, respect is so important. And I think if there's a quality I've had recently with my friends, they know this. I love having friends that can pray with me. It feels so warm. It feels like love personified. 100%. Because the ability to say, I'm going to take it to the Father on your behalf, and I'll go on my knees for you. It's so meaningful to me. That makes me just feel love. And it's something I've seen with my friends. Oh, I love them all. Chef's kiss. Wow. And then all my friends are very supportive people. Like, and I'm one person who doesn't expect support for businesses or anything. I genuinely believe my products, I make them for the public. If my people don't support me, I don't see you any different. I will still love you. I'm not going to change my stance with regards to how I see you as an individual, because I understand my calling is greater than you and I. So my product or whatever I deliver or I produce, it's for the people. It's not for 10 people, you know. But outside of the business stuff, my friends are very supportive. Samantha will check up on me and be like, girl, I want your products. Girl, when are you launching very, very again? Yeah. She was the first person I told when I decided to change the name. And the name change came at like 3 a.m. or something like that. It was in the AMs. I was up and I was talking to my God, and God just gave me a whole new name, a whole new strategy, a whole new everything. Wow. And the first person that came to mind was Samantha. You know? And I don't know why. But I feel like it was just to reaffirm when you told me, I've really been praying about this, I've really been thinking about this, you need to do this. And that kind of support for me, wow, it's irreplaceable. You cannot change it for anything. So for me, definitely support is something I value. And another quality, I might have spoken a lot. Another quality that I really enjoy about all of my friendships is the trust. although I really don't put trust in people, but with my friends, I'm so open. I love the space to just be a girl. I love the fact that I can twerk. I love the fact that I can complain about that man 10 times and like, you know, and it's reaffirming, you know what, oh, constant, when you are here,
all the time,
you are her. I like that. So having that safe space to just vent and knowing that your business is not going to be in the streets. I'm not going to be hearing
for real.
No. So that trust, that safe space is something I really have enjoyed in my friendships right now. Yeah.
I love that.
Beautiful.
That was so sweet. Oh my gosh. You know, obviously we're adulting, right? We are really busy people. I think we are the busiest generation, honestly. And in as much as we love these friends and we're talking about all of these qualities, but because we have such tight schedules, as this life is getting busier, like how do you manage your friendships? Like how do you make it intentional, basically, to meet up, etc.? Like how do you show up?
Oh, I'm a calls person. I love the brunch. I love the meetups.
Yeah.
But baby, catch me on that phone call. I promise you, everything you wanted to know, you'll get in that hour, 2 hours. And it always feels good. So I'm a very cally. I can go months without talking to people.
Oh, yeah, same. You and I are the same.
It's
you and I
like
are the
no
same.
time passed.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think calls. And another quality you highlighted, I love brunching. I love that. Girl, what are you doing? I love that spontaneous. When I go Roosbeng,
You're like, nonsense. So what are you doing today? Where are you?
I'm exactly that person who's like, Bona, I'm going to golf. After golf, I want to see you. What are you doing? No, I'm going to go get 7. That's me. I like spontaneity in my friendships as well. So yeah.
I have a weird one. I'm so weird, guys, but I've accepted myself. So my girls have also accepted me. I hate phone calls. My goodness, I hate them with all my heart. I will not lie to you. My girls know this. Like, listen, girl, call me when the fire is burning. But you know when it's on the damn floor, call me. Like I'm that girl. Like I know when they call me, it's urgent. Like I'm like, all right, where we running? You know. However, the in between for me, I'm the in-person person. So I love low maintenance friendships because I'm also very low maintenance. Like you don't need to like do too much. Like as long as I know that you're there for me, you know, when I need you most, I'm comfortable in that because we're adults. Like there's so much going on, and thankfully most of my friends are very mature. Like they have lives, I have a life, you know. But that thing of like, hey, I'm around the corner or I'm coming to your ends. Can I have some time with you, you know, like making that effort to say, I know you're a busy woman. When are you best free? Even if it's in a month's time, I don't care. That for me is you making time for me. I one thing I will never take for granted is time. And I do not want someone else to take my time for granted. So if I meet someone who takes my time for granted, that will be the first and last time you meet me. No, thank you. We don't need to, no.
It's a boundary, girl.
It's a boundary. Like, you have to respect people's time. Like, it is me making effort out of all the things I could be doing in my life. I want to come see you. And that's how I receive someone else's time, you know? That for me is something like I will be there, like in the trenches. Like, whether you're crying, like, that thing for me is like, never be at war alone.
Absolutely. I think just to piggyback off of your guys' comments, because I think, you guys basically, those are my answers. Okay? Those are my answers. But
you
essentially...
hate phone calls too? Am I not the only one?
Not that I hate phone calls, but I wouldn't say it would be the first on my list, to be quite honest. Okay. But from a low maintenance friendship standpoint, I'm with you 1000%. I think as we grow older, with adulting, there's so much happening. So for me, what I deem a great relationship or friendship is when you really show up for me in that moment where ndiyagoa, guys. Like, pillar to post, my dear. Exactly. If you show up in those moments, for me, that's what matters the most. The everyday checking on you, I suck at that as well. I'm not even going to lie. Even my own family. I be doing that, you know. But when they do call me, I'll answer and be like, "What's going on? Are you okay? You fine? Okay, good." Also, love brunches as well. So if we say, "Hey, girl," and I know Sam should be like, "Dude, let's go out for lunch." I'm like, "Bet."
Yes.
If anything, yes, I need the lunch, and this is where we catch up. And it's like we never spoke like maybe 3 months or 2 months ago. It felt like just yesterday. So I definitely agree with you, ladies, on that. For me, it's also the check-ins. Like, I'm not an everyday, but I'm a check-in friend. So I may not text every single week or day, but within that month or within those 2 month frames, it cannot pass. 6 months cannot pass. That's crazy. 6 months is crazy. But
Weird.
time will pass, but I will definitely check in. Even if it's not necessarily meeting up, voice noting. So I'm a voice note girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Sam can voice note.
Yes, me.
Yes.
Oh, Sam does
3
mixtapes,
minutes?
guys. Can we just
Is it
speak
a
about
3
that?
minute
Oh,
voice note?
Sam will do a mixtape, guys. It is 6 minutes, and you're like,
Oh yeah, she
girl.
does do that, and I'm like,
I'm like, girl, how much do you have to say? But you will listen to it because it's Sam.
"Why wena lerato? Lerato le tlo
It will make
dramatize
you
our
do
call." Why
my
am I
darling.
listening to a 6-minute voice note? You could have just called.
But like, it's good limonade, you know, I'm a storyteller.
And it's such a great breakdown of growth that happened. And then he said,
And
and
she
I said this.
do you understand? But anyway, Kopano.
No. But that's it from my side. Basically, your question, your answers rather, is my input as well.
I have one thing to add to, well, there's one thing to add to both of what you guys said in terms of like the checking in, like not checking in all the time is there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something special about when God puts someone's name or, you know, like, you know, when you just randomly, you wake up and like, "Hey, man, how's this person?
Yes.
You know, how you doing?"
Oh my God.
You know?
Yes.
Like always listen to that
So
because
elite. So elite.
that is number 101 adult friendshipping, having someone in your heart and being like, "Yo, girl, I just thought of you. Is everything okay?
How are you?
How are you?" You know, it could be random and maybe we haven't spoken 3 months. But that for me, there's nothing I love than someone who's in tune spiritually. Because then I know that's a safe person, right? Something you touched on in terms of prayer. And the last thing is like celebrating. There's nothing like women who celebrate each other.
Oh, Jehovah.
Do you
What
Milestones
understand?
and
Like
everything,
milestones,
my babe.
celebrating
Yo.
someone. I take people's wins so seriously.
Yes.
Like,
She does.
like, I know it's a little bit dramatic sometimes, but genuinely, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, you're doing this. Okay, let's go."
It's loving loudly.
Exactly.
Yes,
So I
loving
think
loudly.
women who celebrate each other, that for me is a very special friendship.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I like that too.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so how do you maintain a friendship when you and your friend have fundamentally different beliefs or values? Like religion, lifestyle. And actually, I want to share a story. The other day, we had a debate at the office. Well, it wasn't a debate per se, but we were speaking about Christianity, like pure Christianity versus African spirituality. I guess, right? Like your whole ancestral worship versus just being for Christ. And it was a whole thing. And I think at some point, someone said the way I was celebrating when people were saying they for Christ could be offensive to somebody who believes in ancestors. And I was like, how me just being happy about loving my Lord and Savior, how is that offensive to another person? But anyways, then it got me thinking, because in South Africa, a lot of people do believe in ancestors, right? And some people believe that you can believe in ancestors as
And
your
in
God
God, yeah.
and God, right? Whereas people who are deep within Christianity believe that there is only one God. There are
and
no
that's
other
that.
gods, right? So when you find yourself in spaces like that or friendships where you have those types of different beliefs, how do you still then maintain the friendship?
I will jump in first with this one because it's one I'm very passionate about. I first believe that you as an individual should be able to be confident in what you believe in without being offended by someone else's belief. I think that's the first thing. Like we need to be just people who are mature in the sense that I have chosen this belief. You know, it's something that I have in depth, like in my heart, in my mind, in my soul, in my spirit, have accepted and deemed the way I will live my life. So that is something that I believe that we should be more and more like, we should carry ourselves that way instead of easily being offended by someone believing in something different than you, right? I just want to put that as a disclaimer, because what I'm going to follow with next isn't to be, I'm not saying it to offend, I'm saying it to understand how some people want to carry their lives, right? So I'm a person who's very, like, it's not even something that I intentionally do. I look at, oh my gosh, like, what do you believe in? Not at all. Like, not even at all. I go about my business, guys. If there's someone who minds a professional business, I mind my own business, that's me. I will be in my corner, girl, do my own thing. But there is something that is special about praying to God. And I'm a person who's a firm God believer. I was raised that way. I have mad respect for people who are in African traditions and all of that. That is their choice. It's okay, you know. But I do trust God to align me with people who are more aligned with my values and beliefs, because that makes it easier for our friendship to have longevity. So I wouldn't have it wouldn't necessarily be a friendship, it would more be an acquaintance if we have different beliefs, because of the fact that it's going to be very different or difficult. For example, you have a wedding and you have these things, and you know all the spiritual practices are happening, and I know I can't be there. It's going to be very difficult for you to understand in the long run, right? So it's there to just be protective in terms of, you know what you need as support, I know what I need as support. And that is something that I am very open, even in a romantic relationship. That's something I will say upfront, out loud. Hey, I'm purely Christian, I don't do traditional practices. If that's something you're uncomfortable with, it's okay for you to back out, you know? And that's something I also want the same respect with, because it is something, faith, belief, values, it's deep.
Yeah.
That is something you
so
cannot compromise on. It governs every decision you make. Even when you make the wrong decision, the first thing you do is you go and apologize to that very same spirit you worship. So that's where I'm at, is as best as possible align with people with the same values and beliefs.
You know, I want to pick up on that point when you said you don't go around asking people what they believe in. I'm the same. Like, I get into friendships and I have no idea what my friends believe in, right? And it's only at a certain point where maybe we'll say, oh, I thank God for this and this and this. Then I'm like, oh, okay. But I will never ask. Like I said, for me, it's always that instant connection in the beginning. And like I always say, energy doesn't lie.
It doesn't.
Because I think even with spirituality, there's something that's connected to energy as well. Like you can feel the vibe. Something so awful. Like, or you know, it's like everything is flowing, you know. And even like literally the last time we were here is the first time I found out that you're not really a Christian, but you do believe like in a God, you know. And I'm like, I never knew that about Kopano, but the fact that you believe in God makes sense. Sort of why, like, I feel your energy in that way, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to add on to that.
No, thank you. And you actually started my point quite nicely. So for me, I'm not necessarily religious, but I'm spiritual. So I do believe in God, but I don't believe in Christ. So, because of course with Christianity, the main focal point from my understanding of Christ is Christ. So I'm not much of a believer of that, but I believe in God for sure. And I think I also can notice where God is in everyone else's practices, including African spirituality. And there's also certain things that I don't agree with African spirituality. I think naturally, even for you guys as Christians, if you, of course, probably think about your religion, there's certain things that maybe you don't understand or you're not completely, you know, comfortable with, but you still believe. And that is something that I also, just piggybacking off what you're saying, for me, if we can create a space where we can respect each other, I really don't see it as a problem. And honestly speaking, as long as you're not Satanist, guys, like honestly, dog, like, sorry if Satanists are watching, sorry, but guys, yeah, as long as we're not now dark side, deep six, no. Then we're not doing it. But I think for me, if we respect each other and there is a resonance, God, because I feel like we all basically believe in the same energy or entity. It's just practiced differently. Because literally that's what religion is, you know. So you have the Christians that believe in Christ, and then you have, Buddhism, Hinduism. All of them, in some sort of way, there is similarity, and I think that's where I come from. My stance is more on understanding that there is a higher power, and there is something for us to live for and stand for. So that's where I sort of come. That's how I see, my religion, not religion really, but I guess my
values.
space or values
Yeah.
or principles. But yeah, just going back to what you're saying, I think as long as you guys are comfortable, then it's fine. Because I feel like it is crazy if, for instance, the example you made, I don't understand why they were offended. You must praise your. I mean, I don't understand why they were offended. And I think fundamentally that's the problem with society. What is the problem, really?
The judgmental
Yeah,
element. It's just
exactly.
like-
What is the problem? And I think that's fundamentally the biggest issue. But I also understand and respect you to say, if someone is not necessarily in my same beliefs long term, it just won't make sense. 100% also makes sense. Because at the end of the day, it's what governs us, like
Yeah.
you're saying. It's true. It's very true. So I think for me, it's just about respecting each other. And if the values that we have resonate, and going back to what you're saying, energy, then for me, that's all that matters, really, on my side.
Osana, I love it down. I am very Christian. I don't know if I'm staunch, but I'm very Christian. Like, I believe in my God. I worship my God. I honor my God. I praise my God. I make time for my God. There isn't a day when I don't read my Bible. There isn't a day when there won't be gospel in my household, because God will get the glory by the end of the day.
Amen.
You know, and I live it, I speak it. I don't know if maybe I am God, you know, because I believe He's in me. And He says, I'm in you and you are in me. I'm the root, I'm king, I'm the vine, and you're the branch. Yes, I'm the vine and you're the branch. So He's the root, He's the one in whom I'm firmly planted in, and therefore I bear fruit in Him. But I digress.
You did, girl. You taking us to church, mama. Okay.
Pastor.
Let's go back to your pastor. How you maintain the friendships, though? How you maintain the friendships with the
I got
ancestral
into my
leaders?
cafe and let me get back into Thapsy. So let Mmmathapelo leave the room and let Thapsy enter.
Yes.
No, but we love
With
Mmmathapelo. Shout out to her.
period.
Shout out to her.
When it comes to friendship, I have friends, I've said it before, I have friends who are Muslim. I have friends who worship God and ancestors. I don't have friends that worship purely ancestors. Or if I have them, I don't know of it yet. But all of my friends are such great people, I think, in my eyes. And with each person, I'm very intentional. So Sam knows, I prayed for you. I prayed for each of my friends. And therefore, God gave me the friends I have. I prayed about their characters. I prayed about the things I want to do with them. I prayed about the experiences I would want to go through with them, or that I would like to enjoy with them. You know? So with each of my friends, I respect them no matter the belief, no matter the situation, the background. Yay, I'm bad. I'm bad to that thing. Unless in affect. You know? That's when I will go, whoa. There's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
So I really, just like you, I don't go into friends. I'm like, girl, what are you
into, girl? What did you speak
What
to
are you
into? You know, like, no. It just, it's
like,
alignment.
let's have fun.
Yeah, alignment.
Let's live. You understand? Let's have fun. So I'm very much oh girl, how are you? I'm a girly girl. I like a good time. And all my girls, we love a good time. So how I maintain my friendships is by looking at the values I asked for and looking at friendship from that lens. So I wanted respect. So long as you give me respect, baby, you're going to be my friend.
Exactly.
So long as I feel I can trust you with certain things, because I genuinely don't trust. I don't trust anyone. God. Not even my mom can have that. And she knows I don't trust her. You know? I don't. But so long as I can go to you when I'm going through a tough time and I go, oh my gosh, Sammy, I'm just not okay. I'm really down. And she, with her own friend, Stelzy, such a chef kiss person,
yes.
pray
Stelzy is
for
amazing.
me. Nkosi, what have I done to deserve such good things? You know, so for me, it's those characteristics that make a friendship. So long as we don't align on core principles, kindness, respect, love, what are we doing?
I think I mentioned to you guys previously where this question stems from. I want to say a fallout, for lack of a better word, with a friend of mine, and she said to me, she doesn't think this friendship could really work because I'm a God-fearing Christian and she's a gay agnostic. And I think that's where this came from, because it sparked something. Because all along in my life, I never thought about other people's beliefs and how that plays a part in our friendships. But after that question, that's when I was like, you know what, maybe I should find out from other people, how are they maintaining friendships? Because I never thought about this, and she brought it up. So is this really the reason we're not in a good space right now? But you guys answered it very beautifully, and I just want to digress a bit. So there's a friend of ours, a mutual friend, maybe not a friend to others anymore, who met Thapsy through me. And after they met...
Thapsy. It's I plead innocent.
Oh my gosh. Y'all already know the story, but yeah, let's tell the people.
I know nothing, boo.
Okay, let me tell you, Nons. So they met at my birthday, I think 2 years ago. Yeah, my birthday 2 years ago.
24.
They met there, and then afterwards they had their own side gig. Almost like you and I, Nons, because obviously you and I met through Tiho and then we became friends. So a very similar one, but not really similar because this one has spice. So cool. They plan a whole lunch date and whatnot. And on that day that they're meeting up, the other friend calls me in the morning. We're talking about something, like a whole lot of stuff. I think we were on the phone for about an hour. But she doesn't mention that she's meeting up with Thapsy that day. Hi, okay, cool. Later on, now Thapsy calls me while they're on the lunch date, while she's gone to the restroom. And Thapsy's like, Sam, I'm with Mang. Da, da, da. She's all excited. And I'm like, hey, I was speaking to this person this morning, and she didn't say she's meeting up with Thapsy. Okay, that's weird. And I felt some type of way. Also, at the time, y'all were planning like a Cape Town trip, and I'm like, let's go to Cape Town. I'm like, already we are there. But
why do I know where this is going? But keep going. I know where it is going, but
I've seen this before.
I've seen this trailer. I know this movie.
Anyway.
Okay, Shabu. I felt some type of way, right? And like I always say, I don't have a problem when my friends become friends. If anything, it makes me so happy because I'm like, we can all plan these meetups. Yeah. If it means on one of my birthdays, we are going to some getaway, guys. Exactly, right? So it makes me happy. But something was really off about that, because if I was on a call with you, Nons, or on a call with Tiho, and didn't mention that I'm meeting up with you later, something is just a bit off about that.
Something intentional about it, yeah.
Exactly. So how do you handle situations where friends you introduced grow closer and start making plans without you?
I will jump in there. Like I said, I know this movie. I know this, but it's actually not as deep as we make it, right? I think in life, there's a saying that whatever is meant for you will be for you. It will stay. But whatever doesn't stay, it wasn't meant for you in the first place. So whatever you hold dearly, but hold loosely. Does that make sense? So I always look at these things like, okay, cool. They met. Let's say me and Samantha are close. We were closer, and then she meets my next friend, and they become closer. To me, it's like, I'm happy for them. Because at the end of the day, what if there's something God wants to do through that friendship, right? That's why it's very important for me, values and beliefs, because your decisions make sense to what you believe. And for me, it's like, I know that God is a good God, and I know that whatever he does for me, the people he puts around me, because he knows my prayers, to what you've also said, he knows my prayers, he knows my heart. I'm such a genuine person, like genuine, authentic. Like for me, like, dude, like, ask me a question, I'll tell you the truth right now. Like this, I don't need to be beating around bushes. Like, I'm not that girl. So that's the energy I want around me. And so when, for example, a friendship starts dying down because it's going towards another person, I'm cool with that, because I know that there are people that God has put in my life who are there to stay.
Yeah.
And they're there for a reason. You can't carry everyone forward to your next season. Not
absolutely
everyone will
cannot.
make it, you know. So whatever you hold dearly. Doesn't mean you didn't love that person, but hold it loosely, because God is in play. God is the ultimate orchestrator in my life personally.
I like that.
So that's how I look at it.
Oh, I like that. And get in the Ingam. Okay,
I think for me, it's about the approach, right? Going back to what Non said, I have no issues with people being friends.
Yeah.
If we introduce each other, perfect. If anything, it's a reflection of, because we're friends and you friends with my friends, it makes sense, because we're friends to begin with, right? So the energy just resonates. But I think it's in how it actually happens, the manner in which that actually happens. So if it's very callous, very sneaky, very weird, then we have an issue. But if it's open, like for instance, maybe like you were saying, Sam, you would have been comfortable if she said, Ibila, you know, I'm going to see her later, you know, then you would have probably responded to it like, oh, okay, great, they're having a good time, as they should, right? I think we adults, going back to what you're saying, which I resonate with, but I think it's approach for me. If approach is done properly and respectfully, I don't see it being an issue as well.
Yep. That's exactly what I was saying. I was saying that I don't have a problem with you guys being friends, but something about that was a little sneaky, man.
It was the approach, baby.
There was a little fish in the water.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that lunch. I only remembered it now that I started refreshing my mind. I was like, what is this lunch that Sam's talking about? And it was on a Sunday. I remember that Sunday we were at this cute place, such a cute place, a pink like restaurant. It's not Goddess Cafe.
It's not Goddess.
I know. I don't know, babe. I can't remember the
It doesn't
name.
matter. Look at us giving clowns to these.
Bona.
It could also be
advertising.
If there's
Samantha
any
Letsedi
payments.
would like a partnership. Okay, and she's bringing us well. So we're at this beautiful restaurant, you know. And I remember when I was going there, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. You know? So I like making friends. I'm very friendly. And I make friends like this. It's so easy. You know? It's literally like collecting money. That is how friendship is.
I love it.
Sweet, no matter what.
I love that.
Speak it and so it shall be.
Exactly.
You know? So that is how friendship is for me. And when I became friends with this specific person, can we give her a name? Oh, Batung. I don't mean JD. Oh, Batung. Hi, Jay. So when I started developing a friendship with Jade, it was genuinely because I liked her so much at your party. Oh my gosh, fireworks. Hot girl fan times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, you're looking at this person, you're like, oh, wow.
What a time.
You deserve to be my camp. You know, I want you in my camp.
Yeah.
And I remember that night I had slept over at Sam's place. No, it wasn't that night. There was another night we went to Strictly Soul.
Oh, yeah.
Went to Strictly Soul and I slept over at
And
Sam's
more free
place.
advertising.
And le patale. La utlwa hore I attended the event tsa lona ka tšhelete tsa rona. Le patale. Fine. Kopano was also there. Kopano had brought Sam a book for her birthday.
Yes, I
Great
remember.
memory, babe. I don't forget nothing.
I remember.
And mind you, that's also how I remember everything. If you do me wrong, I remember everything.
Got a diary.
Baby, I don't forget even a word. Don't play me. Sharp. Fine. So that was the night when we went back to Sam's place and Sam and I went to touch us. I was like, oh my gosh, I really like your friend. Oh my gosh, I really had such a great time with with Jade. And I really would like to be friends with Jade. And then thereafter, I started making plans to actually spend time with Jade because this was my second encounter after Sam's birthday. And I don't want to lie, we had a very lovely friendship.
Yeah.
Oh my, halele outside or lunch, brunch, chef's kiss. Such a decent person. Things really change after 24 hours.
24 hours.
You know, it's giving Oscar Spender, you know how they say give men, don't engage with a man up before three months so that he can actually expose his true colors.
Absolutely.
Right? And it was the same experience in that friendship where the longer you were with her, the more facets you would see. The more it would become unpacked. The more you'd be like, Marana, I didn't do that to you. Why am I the one who's bearing the brunt of your trauma? Why am I the one now who's the punching bag for your experiences? Why am I the one who has to bear the things you've been through? You know, even when there were moments where I felt like, okay, we weren't even fighting. Whoa, whoa, when did we get there? You know, and I remember, I will never forget this conversation. I know I'm taking up time, sorry again. You know what? It's like a brunch.
It's like a brunch conversation. But yes.
But in essence, there was a conversation that she and I had later towards this January, before this year began. And that is when I had made the decision, this is not going to work because our core values are not the same. And it took time. I even said this to my other friend the other day. We did we begezela friendship too. Because there were so many things that were wrong. And yet you would justify it for the 3 minutes of fun. Meanwhile, there was 7 minutes of hell. But the 3 minutes of fun were amazing. So you didn't miss anything, babe. Oh no, nonsense of it.
Alignment and energy doesn't lie.
Yeah,
but to what Kopano was saying in terms of approach, I think in times like that, I think to what Kopano was saying in terms of approach, there's certain things where someone blatantly is choosing to withhold something, right? I think in those cases, try and address it. You know, try and address it, especially if you really value that friendship. Try and address it to be like, hey, it was a little weird. I hope you know that I have no issues.
X, Y, and Z,
you know? But if there's something that maybe you want to bring to light, let me know. Like, I'm here, girl. Let's chat it out. But in a situation like where there's a fallout on your end, sometimes it's the energy that it's revealing itself. So it's up to you to say, I can see what is being revealed to me and I'm now going to handle it accordingly. Or there's this conversation you actually had on your previous podcast about women fighting for men, but the men aren't fighting for them.
Also, the men don't fight.
You know? Like, it's that situation. Like, know what you're fighting for.
And must also be fighting for you. And I'll give an example. This happened behind closed doors, and I had told Sam about it. When this specific person and I had went away recently, and there was a whole conversation about, I'm not friends with Samantha, and Samantha is so weird for a year because of X, Y, and Z. And I had said in this conversation, that is not true. You cannot say, the reason you aren't friends with Muto is because of a birthday party. You've discussed this birthday with this person how many times? You have said to Samantha, I forgive you how many times? And she's under the impression that you have let it go. Why would you bring it up again as the reason for the breakup? You know? And for you to even come up, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually told Sammy that we're coming to Ghana. What a great country. You know, that we're coming to Ghana. And we had fun. And then that's when the conversation started there. And I remember even during that time, I was like, it's weird how scenarios are spun around when you aren't in the room to defend yourself. Because had I maybe not known the situation, I could have easily been like, oh my gosh, what kind of person is that? And if I didn't even know you, you know? And yeah, that's how the camel broke. Because after that trip, I felt like a very friendship.
I can already imagine the comments. Who is Jada?
I won't do it again. cut you off again.
Guys, it's giving Drake, Iceman, Janice stuff you. Like, it's like, come on, Janice. Anyway.
Get out, cut off every time, every lifetime.
You go banding now. You said men will not fight for you. Let's talk about the man. Yeah, let's talk about romantic. No, not in that context.
Staying Bazalwani.
That trusted me.
I want to talk about romantic relationships, and actually want to tell you guys, but now this is a friend who is a male, so it's a bit different, so it's not in the context of women. But I have a friend who every time he gets into a relationship, I no longer exist. Like, he pushes me to the side, and you know what, I understand boundaries, I get it, great stuff, maybe your person doesn't appreciate, having a female friend.
Best friend, yeah.
But I just don't like that immediately then after it ends, you're back.
Business.
Here you are, exactly, blowing up my phone, So, and also, again, if we flip it around, like I was saying, even with myself, when I was in this other relationship, man, I was so sucked in. I just wanted to look at that pretty boy every day, all day.
And she dates pretty boys. She's not lying.
I would cancel plans with friends, or I would go, and I'd be like, oh, guys, I'm only going to be here for a couple of hours. My man is waiting for me at home, But I'd really, push my friendships to the side, which is not great. So how do you ensure that your friendships don't take the back seat once you're in a romantic relationship?
He's irreplaceable. Not he's replaceable.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I look at men. You're very disposable.
Yep, you are.
You are replaceable. I will find a better man than you because I've always dated up. So please. If I'm dating you, you're Mutsepe. So just know you are leading me towards Mutsepe.
Yikes.
Thank you. So my...
Not a spice. Joking.
No, but I always date out. So, men, you cannot... friend. Friend.
And that is so in.
And at that time, men, they babe, well, one pizza brai.
Yeah.
There's a soccer games. What about Mexico? No. Believe you me, he's going to prioritize that game. Believe you me, he's going to say, you are, whether you stay home or you go with your friends, now I'm going to go out with the gents, and we're going to have fun and drink the beer. So figure yourself out. And by the time you are forced to figure yourself out, where are your girls? How So when it comes to men, they're great. I love a man. I love men. I enjoy men.
That took an interesting turn. I did not see that one coming. I was like,
no, I'll speak about myself as a lover girl. When I'm in love, baby, I love my man down. But when my friends call me, I'm going to tell them, baby, I want to this weekend dinner. Ke tlo go bona 2 hours mara ke ya ba di choming I'm going out with family mang no ma ankere lona ya di boys nka go tlogela le nna kaya so I like that so yeah that's just my 2 cents monna cannot be my
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you had some nuggets there outside of the spice.
There's no spice. I'm telling you. Okay, there's no spice.
There were some nuggets there. No, but I enjoy you so much. I think for me, one of the biggest things is be an individual, right? And once you're
Nonce just took my answer. Okay. Go off.
There is you
ma'am.
before the man.
do you know what I mean?
Before the relationship.
Because
yes. Is there anything else to add to this? I don't know. Anyway. But be an individual, meaning you existed before this person, right?
Yeah.
Your people existed before this person.
Yep.
And there needs to be that element of the other person also being an individual. That's where you see possessive nature come in either of you, right? Where you just want to cling and you clingy and all of those things. But also there's a fine balance between being an individual and not being a person who knows how to be in a relationship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's a very fine line. Very, very fine line, right?
Trust the boss, man. At this point,
Drop the mic.
She's so wise.
But yes, right? Be an individual, but also know that there's a fine line. That's why you need emotional intelligence in these things. Like, one thing that I love about my friends is that they're emotionally intelligent people. Meaning they already know that in the beginning of a relationship, there needs to be some space to allow these people to
Absolutely.
figure
I'm
themselves
trying
out.
to be up my man.
Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this person out. This person's also trying to figure me out. It's also
Exactly.
butterfly phase.
Yes.
You know, and there's nothing
Yes.
wrong with that, guys. We're human.
Yes.
Like, allow your girl to be in butterfly phase. But if she stays there too long, then it's like, I'll see where.
It becomes a problem.
Remember yourself, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we need to allow each other to flourish in relationships, right? But if a person is quick to drop you when they're in a relationship, come back after, they already feel like your relationship is inappropriate. That's all I'm gonna say to
And
that
it is a
one.
man. She did say
Yeah,
it's a guy.
she did say it's a
So
guy.
Banda,
So that one is
So
different.
so there's that for me already
Yes,
says
yes.
he already knows something is off, but he doesn't want to address it.
Yep.
And that is
There
obviously
might be underlying
yeah.
feelings.
That's something obviously for you guys to address, but in general, like in friendships, like guys, like give each other space to fall in love.
Yeah.
But once you've fallen in love, obviously you go back to a rhythm and see your people. Even like be like, babe, like that weekend or those 2 weekends, keep busy. It's
Oh,
girls'
understand
night,
that.
you know. And even that night, he can say, yo, those 2 weekends it's boys' night, but it can't be every weekend. It's
No,
boys'
it
night.
can't. It
Fine
absolutely
line,
cannot. No.
fine line. But
No, but
Handela,
niggas, they
And
can't.
not
the
They-
relationship
They,
guys.
they,
Oh,
they die.
What
Ah,
do
boy,
you
we haven't
need
seen
to
you
say?
all day, boy. Yo, boy, homie, dog. It's been a month, boy.
It's like you've been. And you know
Nigga,
what? The fact
relax.
that all girls know that conversation is wild. Because why do we know?
No, we've all been
Why do
through
we
it.
know that?
It's the worst.
We've
the
all been
worst.
through it, and you have to go through it in order
Yeah.
to get the best man.
Absolutely,
Because that man
darling.
is not invested as much in boys' nights. They're more invested in mfatwak.
But
So there's a difference between hubby treatment
Actually,
and boyfriend
it's deep.
treatment.
Absolutely, my girl.
Son, ngithuthisa girlfriend. Asoze. Girl, you need to know yourself. I'm a wolf.
I'm a wolf.
I'm a wolf.
Precious,
okay?
more precious
So
than
you need
rubies.
to invest in me. I'm an
Exactly,
investment.
yes,
And you will
yes.
reap rewards.
And it's a fun
Do you
time.
understand? Anyway, you can go.
Nontsikelelo said a mouthful.
Over to you. Kopano, please don't derail. Don't
No,
digress.
definitely not even gonna
let's
derail.
not give these men power.
If
They don't
anything,
deserve a sister.
if anything, for me, it's like what Nance was saying, that guys, we are individuals before we're in relationships. But I think there is a fine line and a balance. Because at the same time, you don't want to find yourself in a situation like Thapsy mentioned, where now you're not with that nigga anymore, and now you're like, yo, my
Everyone's
girls, my
gone.
girls. And they're just like, oh, we are girls now. You know, then you find yourself in
Yeah.
a very awkward position. So I think just finding the balance is very important. So striking the balance, and I think
Yeah.
vice versa. He must have his own life. You must have your own life. That way, you guys can have a great life together.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It's just
Okay.
May
Best
I
thing.
ask, how do you guys feel about couple friendships? You know,
Yeah.
because I've seen it a lot, and you know how men, because they like to have their boys and their boys, how they'll introduce their hands to each other's companions, their partners, and then it's like now you must come into that group, and now we're a group of friends. Mara, you understand who these are his friends. You're an outsider.
See, I have a different take to that one.
Tricky,
But let
tricky.
me let Sam answer.
I have experience, sort of, but also not really. So in this case, I was friends with the guy. We had been friends like since varsity. And now he introduced me to his girlfriend to be friends with the girlfriend, because every time I'd have like birthdays or whatever, he'd bring her. So then we ended up being friends. But we weren't really aligned. So yes, I was trying to push a friendship with her for the sake of him, but it ended up like not really working out. So I don't know, because also again, when you form a friendship with someone, taking it back to instant connection, right? It's that person that's meant for you, like what you said. So now this is curated in a way because a person is brought along to be your friend because of, that situation. So I don't know. I don't have much to say on it, but I feel like if that person is not aligned with you, then the chances of it working out, not really. You'll just be acquaintances for the sake of your partners. Yeah.
I'll run it back to what I said initially. Some things are just not that deep, right? It's not always that deep. But I do believe in one of my biggest things is like, if I'm going to be with you, I want to be exposed to your environment. Because I need to know you, not what you show to me. I need to know you. What are you like around your people? Who are your people? I need to understand your surrounding. You're the sum of your 5 friends, to be honest, right? So I need to understand, what am I getting myself into? So I don't mind becoming, at first for me it's more acquaintances, becoming acquaintances with your people. Let's say your boy has a girl that he's also been with, and it's also serious. I don't want to be friends with someone who's like side hustling on the side. Nah, like you do you, boo boo. But like I'm more interested in the person that is also committed, right? Because the energy there is
commitment,
and there's alignment.
It's good,
right?
alignment.
Long term, right? I'm all about the long haul, me. Like that's why I want to be exposed to your people. But if things don't work out, it's not the end of the world, right? That you and that other girl need to have a mutual understanding. We knew each other because, like it's not that deep. Like, unless if you guys form something outside of that, that's beautiful. You guys keep going. But in general, I'm for that person. And actually, that is a green flag. If that guy says, I want to show you, it's a green flag. It's a red flag if it's like, nah, girl, you ain't seen none of these people.
That's so true. That is so true. I think for me, it's just, I guess, most times, such situations, they always just end up being so awkward. That's the problem. So I'm not saying, I am not against, mara go awkward. And maybe I don't have enough, I guess, experiences to speak back. And like you're saying, you see it differently. But I think, it's just the awkwardness for me. The saxophones are getting louder.
She said saxophone.
And she said it with her chest.
With her chest, it's saxophone.
I can't. Yo, guys, let's flip to the Frenemies side of this episode. And Mmmathapelo, re jiwa ke nako motlogolo tlosa sebaka.
Don't work one sentence in timing, bazalwane. 30 seconds max.
Yeah, so I've had this friendship where, and since the beginning, so initially when the friendship started, again, like you guys said, I'm an oversharer, so hi, I'm Sam, and I'm an oversharer. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam.
I love you down, man. Don't
But
change
like
it.
I've said to you guys, that's my way of showing you that I trust you.
Same.
And I really want you to be comfortable in doing the same, because if you got my deep, dirty secrets,
your business too.
like, no, not even that. Like, the fact that you know this means even if you share with me, we got dirt on each other, even though it's not really dirt. But I give you that space to let you know that it's a safe space here. And I noticed that it kept on going for the longest time that I was sharing. This girl, I share is it's very much on the surface, right? And initially I was like, because the friendship is fairly new, maybe she needs time first to get comfortable with me, and that's normal, that's fine. Now we're in years later. How? It's still the same thing. I'm finding out maybe like years later that this person has a sibling because she's having a chat with someone else. I'm like, hey, all along you had a brother and I didn't know. Like, you see, like things like that. So, and then the other day I was searching for something in our chats and it took me back to like years ago. So after I found that thing and I was just scrolling through and I'm like, Joe, Samantha. When it's now being really highlighted that, my girl, you've been telling this girl everything about your life. She hasn't told you anything. You don't know anything about this person. Like, she's not opening up. And I still try to build the friendship. But now, like, I've taken a step back. Like, everything is at arm's length. I'm just like, you don't need to know anything about me. Honestly, I feel like I don't really want to be friends anymore. I'm just trying to navigate, but like I don't want to be in a friendship anymore because of that. And I think also another thing that made me realize that this is a red flag is because having friends like you guys, for instance, we talk about the deepest stuff. We have deep chats, guys. Like, it's not even like a thing of, it's just Sam oversharing. It's you guys telling me your stuff as well.
Reciprocation.
Exactly. And I'm like, the fact that I have friends who are so comfortable telling me, what is your problem? So, how do you navigate a friendship where someone is private or guarded about their own life, yet expects full openness and access to yours?
It's not working.
No, thank you.
That's
You took the words
my
out
answer.
of my mouth. I no.
What do you mean?
Kim Postamo.
Like, that's the whole point
spy.
of how are we supposed to build something solid without you exposing your cards? That's the whole point of love and friendship and showing up for people. It's vulnerability. If you don't have that, then what are we doing? Siyadlala, man. Manje siyadlala nje.
Honestly.
Or you are monitoring spirit. You are taking notes. You are taking notes on me. No, you are taking notes. Yeah, tell me, how are you feeling today? No. Yes.
Oh, that's wild, guys. Monitoring spirit, that's crazy.
Not I mean catching strays.
Sorry about Lamini. I don't even know about Lamini.
No, but you're right.
No, but you're on the money there.
Yeah.
You're genuinely on the money. And some of these things, unfortunately, you only realize it a little bit down the line. It's not always immediately.
Yes,
so you would have,
absolutely.
shared a little bit. But I've had a similar experience, and thank God. Like, I've been through some.
Thanks.
You've been through some
things. You've been through
some things, girl. But to cut it short, those things, right, taught me so much about. I'm very sensitive to energy, right, because I've been burnt left side, right, back, butt cheek, all of, and. At first, it was like, this is so weird. Why? But now I'm like, I get it. You need me sensitive. You need my discernment sharper, right? And that's something like I'm so grateful that I had those experiences because now I'm quick to see that no, they're not here to share with you. They're here to know you. Back out, right? Don't get too comfortable in the lion's den. Because that lion will roar.
Oh, it will, baby.
And it will eat you up. Okay? And it will spit you out.
Careful.
So I'm glad that you figured it out eventually. And I pray that all the things that you have spoken in depth and in privacy remain in privacy. Like, even if she's tempted to that it will not have any hold.
Absolutely.
Like,
In Jesus' name, amen.
in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Wait, banyana ba ke di preacher.
It's a service. You know when you just said, what did you say again? You said something, but it sounded like you were singing. I thought about like those American
I
churches.
said,
Exactly.
You know those American churches where they get up.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I'm gonna circle back.
Now my answer is no.
Okay.
I don't.
Finish and Clay, you've been
You
hit.
said give it 30 seconds. I'm sticking to it.
I'm gonna circle back to what you said about me being disgusted about one mistake that I made at a birthday party, right? Or whatever, that incident, right?
Oh, yeah.
In that instance, like, I was reduced to one mistake. And I obviously explained to you guys that I had just started taking antidepressants. It was my first time on antidepressants. Then I drank alcohol and I wasn't supposed to. So that was on me, y'all. And then the next day when I'm being told about my actions, I'm just like, I don't remember anything. And the first thing, now I'm panicking. I'm booking my appointment with my psychiatrist, my therapist, because I'm like, I'm trying to understand, how are you saying that was me? But I know that's not me, firstly. That's not my character. And secondly, why is there no recollection? Like, there's blanks, like it's black in my brain.
Also,
Right.
why
It's
is
like
there no
someone
one who
telling
has
your
your
story,
back?
but you don't know what happened.
That's my number one question.
What?
Why is there no one who has your back?
Exactly. So now,
Lions then.
and I thought to myself, and with one friend, not that friend that you mentioned, but another friend who was there that I had been friends with longer. And I was like to myself, in all the years that I've been friends with you, I have never been that person wasn't it like a cause for concern? Like, you know, this is not Sam.
It's out of character.
Exactly. So instead of like speaking to me, you decide, and that friend, like, we're no longer friends now because of that one
But
night.
you weren't meant to be, babe. No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people will reduce you to one mistake. You've been friends for years. They've known who you are. They know. One person once said to me, like, Sam, I know the core of your being. And that's why even if you make a mistake with something or whatever, I'm like, I'm not going to reduce Sam to this or say this is who Sam is, because I know who you are as a person, right? So I wanted to ask you guys to share a moment when a friend deeply disappointed you, and if you chose forgiveness or you were just like, "I'll cancel, you're out, Karen."
I'll speak 30 seconds. With the friend that you're talking about, the friend in question, I remember we were out recently with the Ghana trip, and I had a clear boundary where I said we're not going to discuss X, Y, and Z, because I had called her the year before before we went, and I said, not even there, to basically say, I would like us to resolve this specific thing that happened on one of our trips, and I would like us to put it to bed, you know. And when she brought it up again, the whole time when we were there, I said, you will not discuss this. If you want to talk about this, I kid you not, you will talk about it alone. I will not engage in X, Y, and Z conversation. Very clear with my boundaries. And when we came back, she had said, oh, you shut me down. You made me feel like my emotions weren't worthy of being considered or heard. Like, my points or my voice was basically silenced, and you reminded me of my parents. Sorry for the face. You know? And in that moment, I was like, it had nothing to do with the parents. Let's be very clear. I was very specific. This is a boundary I've set. You and I have squashed X, Y, and Z. Like how you called each other and you were like, I don't like that. And she's like, girl, I also don't like that, but thanks for saying it. No, I hear you. Same conversation. I didn't like that. I don't appreciate that. And I really like us to move forward from that. And we moved forward, at least on my end. You know, so when it was brought up, I was like, at this point, no. You know? So for me, I feel like that was the point where I was like, I'm drawing the line in the sand. I can't have my boundaries being crossed. Because if I do it this time, I will do it again. And I'll do it again. And I'll continue doing it. So I can't. There are certain points we will not come back from.
And I think this is very summarized and people don't know the backstory. Nonce doesn't know the backstory. But if people knew what exactly happened, you will understand why she drew the line. It was deep. Okay. But it will take us the whole night.
No, but
it took us 3 hours.
The whole episode.
No, but like what she's saying, it's been received. It's been received.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like there are some things that are just non-negotiable. And for me, one of my fundamentals, not even one, it is a great deal. Respect is everything to me, because ke tlo tlhompha as motho, so I expect tlhompho from wena. And another thing, well, Sam knows this. When I prayed for my friends, I made it very intentional to say, God, I forgive them. I forgive them without even knowing. Ahead of time, I forgave each of my friends for the mistakes I would make along the way, and for the mistakes they would make toward me along the way. For the offense, for the times when we would have squabbles, I forgave each of my friendships ahead of time. And the reason I did it is because I understand we are human. I'm going to say something and you're going to be like, how dare you say that? And I have to go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it like that. So I immediately did that. Mara, that one I was like, I forgiveness, and I forgive and forget, and I forgive and release. So with each of my friendships, there's grace for each of you. But there are boundaries that I will not allow to be crossed. Yeah. That's my 30 seconds.
Yo, what was the question again? Damn.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
In it.
Share a moment when a friend deeply disappointed you, and did you choose forgiveness or distance, or did you just cancel them?
Yeah, it was a friend. Well, we were best friends for a very long time throughout high school.
And it was a situation where I introduced her to another person. And then the approach, like I said earlier, was not nice. They were being very weird. And at the time, what I was also going through in my family and personally, I really needed that person at the time, but decided to just be weird. They were such, what weird girls. Sorry, in retrospect. And in that moment, I realized, okay, this person is not the person that I basically sort of created a bond or friendship with. And it was time to just end it, you know? So I for me, I'm one person, I will distance myself. Please don't stress me because I grew up being a people pleaser. So now, older in my adulthood, I get to a point sometimes to my detriment, and I'll go back to God and say, hey, yeah, maybe I did too much there.
Yeah.
But that's because, you know, I've been in situations where I really did not value myself, or I didn't stand up for myself when I was supposed to. So yeah, I distanced myself, if anything. So for me, distance is the best answer.
Amen.
Especially for my peace now.
Amen.
Yes.
I feel that spiritually.
Yes.
I think for me, I'll speak on the one who was more recent, because the other one is like way back then, and then I learned my lesson and I never went through it again. But this one came like soma skripa. I was like, hey, boom. Skripa, guys, you have no idea. You know, I was like, do you know what I mean? But it was someone that I became very close to, and they helped me through a very tough situation. And, you know, even us becoming close took a hot minute, hey? A hot minute. But eventually, you know, we became close, and then things transpired, and I heard through the grapevine that she disclosed something that was like so utterly personal. Like so utterly personal that like that for me was like, I don't need to know anything further.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't even need to know if someone had the gun pressed to your head.
I'm back.
You know, and in that very moment, I remember I went back to God crying because it was something so personal, and I'm a person who is confidential. So when I do share something, like I really had the best intention, thinking that you would have held it safe, right? Yeah. So I went back to God crying. I'm like, yes, sis, this thing hurt me. And I'm a person who holds things loosely, right? But when you've cut me deep, like it's deep. And long story short, I went back to God. I'm crying. I'm like, yo, this thing is hurting. How do I learn from this? How do I make sure to not fall into the same trap? Blah, 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 blah. And guys, sometimes, God, Mudim, I don't like his answers sometimes, but I get it. You know, I get it. He literally said, you cannot chase away a Judas.
Oh, Sana, can you speak about Judas?
And that answer for me was like...
Because it's literally like God revealing that this is the person who's going to lead you towards your next step.
That's literally what it is, which means there's absolutely nothing I could have done to avoid it. It just had to happen.
You have to keep her,
And at that very point, I knew to immediately forgive her. It took forever, right? It took forever, but immediately in my spirit, I forgave her. We're not that close anymore. Like, there will be 1 or 2 messages here and there, but like, we're not as close anymore, which is good for me, right? But that thing for me also taught me there are certain things in life that have to happen in order for you to get to the next level, right? So that one for me was one of a lesson of like, it's a frenemy that needed to be there. But one thing you do need to recognize about Judas is they will pay, just not at your time. At God's time.
Yes. Yeah.
So hang 10 if you're a person who's gone through a frenemy and you're a genuine soul, you know you didn't deserve it. I can promise you this. Jesus didn't need to do anything. Judas hung himself. And I'm not saying that as a threat. It's not a threat. It just means that you cannot go for innocent souls.
And think you're going to come out unscathed? Come
out of it unscathed. It doesn't work like that, people of God. People of South Africa.
Amen.
It don't work like that.
Exactly.
So treat people with the utmost respect. And if you don't love them, just stay away. Just don't do anything that you would not love being done unto you.
Oh, sister.
Girl.
Listen. Wow, Samantha. You have amazing friends.
I'm a drink.
I'm a drink to that. Okay, let's do that. Cheers.
Clink, clink. Clink, clink.
Oh, she dropped the mic. Oh, that she's finished it.
Nons, this ties into what I said in the beginning. I mentioned the word voluntary twice in my intro, right? Nobody's forcing you to be my friend. We are not forced. You are choosing. But in that choosing, then you are still choosing to hate on me while calling yourself my friend. And like what you're saying about somebody being genuine. I've said before, it was one of my speeches. I think it was like my 31st. Yes, it was my 31st. And I said to my friends, because of how I grew up and my situation with my family, and because of that, I seek family within friendships. And that's why I take my friendships so seriously, guys. Like, to me, my friends are my sisters and my brothers. That's how I see you guys. And when you repay me with that silent animosity, I'm just like, okay, God knows my heart. God knows where I stand. That's on you. You'll get what's coming to you because God knows exactly where my heart is at. And even with this friend that I was sharing a lot of information with, right? I think now when she views me, she's seeing a mirror in a way. Because I'm no longer sharing. I'm basically being her to herself, right? And I'm pretty sure right now where she's at, she's just like, yeah, I'm born in women building women. Because now I get that they see you as a bad person like that, right? And I feel like it literally is a mirror right now. And that actually feeds into my next question. How can you tell when unspoken resentment is building in a friendship? And what's the healthiest way to address it before it causes distance?
So now I don't have an issue with confrontation.
Yes,
I'm a peaceful person, but I can confront.
Did you see the way you set up when you were saying that?
I don't have an issue with confrontation.
Yeah, oh my
Your body
God.
language said it before you said it.
The body language was like, I will
So
command
good,
the
guys.
room when I'm
Do
about
not
to confront
finish
you.
me.
I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, no, guys, no. And you know what? I think it also comes from being raised by a woman that was very stern. Loved very much, but yay, when it was time to chat, yay, listen, she'll chat. So I think I'm so much like my mom. But I love peace, but as much as I do love peace, and going back to what I said, I was a people pleaser before. So me being confrontational, it's not something that I've always done. So now when I do it, it's more just to remind myself that I have to stand up for myself. If I'm uncomfortable about something, I will talk about it. But of course, in a respectful way. I'm not going to be too much. Well, unless you want to take it there. But anyway, I can definitely have an exchange to say, listen, this made me uncomfortable. Maybe I didn't understand where you were coming from. Oh, no, same. Actually, when I did this, I was actually, So I think for me, it will be tough for me not to address it. It has to be addressed. There's no other way around it for me. If we're not addressing, then it's going to end up being ugly because then someone's going to blow up on someone. It's bound to happen. It's imminent for that to be a result. So I think for me, whenever I just feel any sense of guys, I have to talk. I'm a talker when I'm feeling uncomfortable.
But I'm sorry. What about in this instance, like now, right? Like I'm saying, this person, I am probably a mirror to them. I'm not willing to fix anything anymore. Like I'm done.
Okay,
this case is closed, right?
Okay.
But obviously we can see resentment now because of what's going on. I think that's the tricky part. When you really care and you want to fix, you want to mend the friendship, that speaking up narrative, like that really works. But in the case where you don't really actually want it to work anymore and you're fine with letting go, but then you're like, how do you then actually let
Then
go?
you officially let it go. You officiate it through conversation yet again.
But some things don't have to be discussed.
some things-
You are
Some
correct.
things don't need to be discussed. You just let it die out. It will naturally die out.
That is also true.
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave.
also
Like
true.
you'll see time will pass. No one is asking each other for dates. It just dies itself out. Not everything needs to be addressed. Some things they do, they deserve it. But some things it's okay.
I believe with nons. I'm confrontational, but I'm confrontational when I care.
Yes. Oh my gosh, same.
That is
If I don't, just know I don't give up.
Exactly.
Sorry.
I'm confrontational when I care, when I want to maintain what we have. And when I feel like things have shifted, then I'll be confrontational. But other than that, get lo ditimala. Go shebe, re shebane, re phele. And
Rico's done.
my statuses, you will not see anything about my statuses. In fact, I'll get a new number.
Okay, that took a turn again.
And I've done it so many times. I've done it several times.
But genuinely, I feel you. I feel you. I have been in a situation like that and had to ask myself a question, like a deep question. I'm a very intentional person. Everything I do is intentional. So when you don't talk, it's like, I intended not to talk. It's not even like oh no, I just woke up in the morning, I forgot about you. No, I intended not to talk, right? So it's a very personal thing. So I think it's more an internal thing that you need to ask yourself. Is this worth fighting for? And if it's worth fighting for, does it bring peace to my heart to confront it and put it to bed, whether it's parting ways or making up? It's all about what gives you peace.
That's true.
But I also think you need to consider the actions that the person has basically done towards you. What has this person done? And animosity and resentment can be snide remarks. You know, sometimes snide remarks, we polish them and make it seem, maybe she meant something else. But are those consistent? Is this a pattern? And if it's not just snide remarks, maybe, okay, well, that's personal, I'll leave it there. Snide remarks.
Okay, so cool. Then is there a non-negotiable? Because now we're talking about, we have issues, we address them. Kopano is excellent at addressing the issues, but is there but is there something that once this has been crossed, that ends the friendship? Like, we're done. What is that for you?
Public disrespect.
Ooh.
You're belittling me in front of people. Why are you doing that? That's what I don't like. I'm done. Drops mic.
I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be public. Disrespect, closed doors in public, in front of people, in your tone. Even in your tone, the words you use. If I'm done. Because I don't approach any relationship like that. Be it family or love life or even friendship. I'm not looking to get one up you. I can't. Like, redzang. No.
Yeah, I'm a little, the public disrespect, sometimes some people it is intentional or unintentional, whatever. So I sometimes can sift through, but I understand where you're coming from. That one, it's a little too far off. I think my biggest one is using what I tell you in private as a weapon.
Weaponizing my vulnerability, my private stuff. Yeah.
See that one? I don't know.
That's a big one.
I'm good.
That's also a big one.
All the best to you.
All the best.
Over to you,
I
my
wish
dear.
you
I
Godspeed.
wish you nothing but the best.
I think if people who have broken up with me, they've gotten the same message. And I have one line. I say to all of them, I wish you nothing. I don't wish you evil. I don't wish you the best. Nothing. And that is to basically say I have no emotion towards you. I have no emotion towards a relationship or a situation. There are no ill feelings. There are no great feelings. You are as simple as a stranger towards me. That's
the theme song for you know when the song starts?
Yes.
You must start that song.
YouTube will deny my video. I don't have the rights. Kopano, do you want to add on to that? You good?
No, I'm good. I think
Okay.
I've stated my part.
So do you guys believe that broken... Actually, no. Before I asked this question. For me, that question that I just asked you guys, just to flip it back to myself. Hey, ungodly practices.
What do you mean by that?
So... Stella and I had a friend who would borrow money from us.
Yeah.
So one month she borrows from me,
Yeah.
the next from that person, and that person. Like, yeah, it was a thing that she would do, right? And then we found out from, I'll say a prophetess for like
Lack of a better word.
Yeah,
Yes.
for this story, for purposes of this story, because otherwise, if I say other things, I'll need to get into the story, and there's no time. And that person explained that you have a friend and described the friend. This friend borrows this amount, and this told me the exact amount that the friend borrows. She borrows it from you. She goes to some traditional what, and they do some things, moyo money, returns it. When every month you're just like, guys, Mara, I have a budget. Mara, where's the money going? And literally that was what was happening. Like, y'all know I'm an accountant, guys. I have a budget. Like, and I am constantly monitoring that thing.
Discretionary funds, using that for your personal finances. Yo.
National budget.
Like, it's not make sure, guys. What's the hell? So she was explaining that, and she was like, you know what, if you borrow that person money, if you feel sorry for them and you want to borrow them, just don't take it back. Tell them that it's fine, whatever. Keep it, right? So for me, guys, ungodly practices, witchcraft, those types of things, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry.
No, you shouldn't.
No,
exactly. You're not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, hell
I cannot be your friend in that regard. So for me, that's my non-negotiable. If you're doing those funny things, no, we can't be friends. I want to go too.
I have that right now in my life. Similar situation.
Really?
And similar to your previous thing, where it's like, Mudimu's like, Ki Juda singwa nesu. Dula, are dule false, are tirisane, are be happy. Don't share everything. Of course, lead with caution. So I have that currently in my life, and I think it takes so much discernment.
Yeah.
Because if you aren't planted in God, you will absolutely get lost in the smoke.
Because they're very smart.
You get they are so intelligent. They like a swordsmith with their
But
tongues.
as wise as a what?
Snake that sharpens. So they are very intelligent people. And you won't even notice what. And like and the moto hamputsa, oh, how are you, Banda? She's actually asking for has it started working? You know?
Or not. Confirmation.
Like, oh, I'm so good, babe. Oh, I so tired.
Yeah.
How are you, Kopano? Yo, when I can't believe in Mabani. Do you understand?
And yes.
And oh wow,
yeah.
Dlamini.
Dlamini. Oh, bad. Dlamini. Yeah, no, that is no.
Yeah.
So I think genuinely those are the kind of friendships where you need so much prayer, so much discernment, so much God. Or else,
and unfortunately, just going back to what you're saying, Thapsy, and that's going back to the religion question. This is why people don't like African spirituality, because the way they use and apply it, it creates a very bad rep for those that are in light. It's like, even when you think about a person that goes to church, you choose how you do things. You want to be of light in the church and fellowship and be a good person and live like Christ, or you're going to use that as a mask to go and ruin people's lives. Same applies here as well. You can decide how you want to utilize it, and most people, unfortunately, they always end up now visiting Bo. And it's bad, but you're right. It's that's not okay. It's not on, and I get it. That's a non-negotiable. Get the hell away from me, please. Respectfully.
Well, now I can honestly say I prayed about it, and for me, God was like, not even I would say God was like, because I have a sense of peace even even though I'm in the friendship with her. So that is how
she's not gonna get
you. You are my Judas.
Exactly.
My next level is let's show me. Listen, you know, but I'm not I'm not about to put my life on the line for the assignment that God has in store for you, for me to get where I need to be. I'm not putting, well, He'll protect me either way, but I'm not putting my life on the line, even with that knowledge.
Absolutely.
So do you guys believe that broken friendships can be restored?
No.
Is there any coming back?
Okay, it depends.
All of 30
Context.
seconds.
I think context. What is broken? What? Yeah, give me clarity on that. Because that's broad.
It is broad.
It's very broad.
Okay, I'll use an example with one of my friendships, right? So now this friend that I've been describing, what the money is also now a mutual friend to another friend.
Okay.
Right? And even though that other friend knows of these dealings, right? They are still befriending that friend.
Okay.
But now that person and I are also friends. And I really love her, right?
Yeah.
But now our friendship is rocky because of that.
Because it's like, so if you're okay with this, is that what you are you okay with that? Like, I get that. Okay, if that's the question, then no, we ain't doing it. So,
But have you guys ever had like a friendship that was like rocky and I don't know, then you resuscitated it?
yeah, I have. Absolutely. And I think it goes back to approach again. If the person's willing, the emotional intelligence and maturity, if it's there. Guys, we're not perfect as human beings. We try every day, right, to live in that light or live into whatever that you're trying to sort of be. And I think grace, going back to grace, the conversation of grace, right? But as long as it doesn't fundamentally blur what you stand for, the boundaries, then we're okay, guys. I mean, yeah, if you gave me attitude another day because you were going through something and you only exposed to me later that you are going through this, oh man, we're good. You explained yourself. Then that's fine. But not now you're going to take my money. Go Dlamini and
Banda
go. Hey! Dlamini manje is gonna kenika di chelete tsaka. Ha!
Disclaimer, guys, there's no Dlamini that we're after in this podcast.
No,
Before
definitely
that,
not.
come for us in the chat.
We promise we don't even know. We're sorry.
Kulu out there being
So sorry.
Anyway, but I think for me, I don't have a friendship that was broken and that revived. I think I don't want to be a broken record, but certain things that have happened for a reason, mostly for me. But there are friendships that die down naturally, and then a little bit down the line, like 3 or 4 years down the line, then I don't know, we bump into each other and like, oh my gosh, where you been, girl? And then it revived the friendship, and those friendships have actually stayed. And those friendships, I always find them surprising because, like I said, our whole thing's dear, but also loosely. So I'm always just like, oh, this is interesting. Okay, God, what is this about? You know? And if God is like, don't overthink it, just be there, you know. And that for me, I do welcome that, you know, because like you said, grace is very important. Something I'm learning more and more in friendships now. It's like, for example, I remember Sam was saying that when we met each other, she was going through something. She was like, no, but I didn't think you were going to understand me, blah blah blah. I'm like, girl, you see, the thing is, what had happened was, right? I've been where you've been at, okay? So I get it. So if anything, actually, if you were in silence 6 months, I would not say anything. As long as you come back, I will understand, right? Obviously, only because I've been through what she's been through.
Yeah.
Another person would not understand. But God, guys, I don't know how else to say this, but he does not make a mistake.
Exactly.
He doesn't.
As I stated, no.
No, thank you.
No.
No.
She said.
No.
But I wish you nothing.
Oh, you say it so bad. I don't mean it like how she says it.
How do you mean it though?
I mean it like I have no feelings attached.
Okay, that version.
That
Sorry,
one.
guys.
That part.
No feelings attached.
Sorry, guys.
to
That was
it.
my bad.
So yeah, I feel like we have rocky friendships. Mara Ngoja, no. We will not come back from Ngoja. No.
Oh,
I'm
she
good.
said it good.
Okay, so lastly, what does a fulfilling adult friendship look like for you?
Oh, damn.
Yo, that's such a loaded question.
Right, the perfect
brings
one.
such a massive
Well,
smile
yeah.
to my face.
Of course, yes.
You know how cheesy? That's how it feels.
Yeah.
You know when you can smile.
Exactly.
Oh, girl, what are you doing? You get excited. that is a fulfilling friendship.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going through something, you're like, oh my gosh, I get to give you a limang, and then God implants it in your heart. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is the adult friendship to me. That I feel like that childlike love that you
Yes.
have.
Oh my
You
gosh, you just stated it full through
That's
and
it.
through, babe.
That's it.
And the reason why I said it's such a loaded question as well is because the emotions can be so overwhelming to explain what you want in a fulfilling, friendship or even just a relationship, if anything, because friendship is a part of a relationship. And I think for me, the biggest thing also is when you allow me to be myself. Oh, guys. With no judgment. Oh,
yes.
I love it so down.
May
I
God
love that
keep you.
so
Yo.
down.
I love how we did the American accent when we first met, and we were just like, ciao. Like,
No, you know which moment I always think about when we first started, and I was like, this is my girl. When you were singing "Hey Baby,"
Hey, baby.
and I was like, what?
What do you mean?
There's no way. There's
found my
no
trap.
way. Because that is my private song that I do when I'm alone. So I was just like, cut the cameras, guys. But you see moments like that. Actually, funny enough, I sent a TikTok to one of my friends yesterday, more TikTok, and it was basically talking about a study. I'll send it to you, Sam. You can send it to them. It's a study where when you're fully comfortable with someone, you let your guard down so much to a point where you start doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what?
It's exactly what she explained, that childlike joy.
You out here doing stupid stuff. When I saw that video, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so true. Crazy.
No, but I couldn't agree more with you guys. To see that childlike joy, like that thing where you can be like, you know, when there's this new trend going on TikTok that says women are starting to be the men that they deserve.
Yes.
And they start treating each other that way, right? And I couldn't agree more. Like the way that my friends treat me, guys. Like there are moments where I'm just like,
babes.
"Naza romantic, sis, you know,
It's a soft.
like niggas and give us soft, you know, and that for me it just brings like a massive smile. I'm just like, damn girl, oh damn girl,
Oh, damn, girl,
Yeah.
damn.
Okay, so to close this off, right, I'm gonna read a poem to you guys. So what I did was I dumped all my feelings in ChatGPT and said, "Ke kopa poem, okay?
Chetza.
Nkwale yone ka sekgwa se se botlhale."
Yes.
You know. So yeah, I'm gonna read this out as my outro.
We need the tissues, I can tell.
I will.
Not even, but so it goes. Friendship sits quietly at the edge of the room, faithful and steady, asking little in return. Yet so often it is placed behind romance, expected to wait while other loves take their turn. A friend makes one mistake and the door closes fast. Years of loyalty forgotten in a day. But a lover may wound the heart again and again and still be given another chance to stay. Perhaps friendship deserves a gentler grace, the same patience we so freely extend elsewhere. For some of life's deepest and lasting loves are found in the friends who have always been there. Yay!
Beautiful.
And that
Amen.
is a wrap!
That's a wrap, everybody. That's a wrap.
Boom, boom, boom. Con ganche, man, con ganche.